Hello everybody, Jet here and welcome back to my Beastmen campaign. Now, we are just about to engage in a battle. So we've got a bit of siege equipment, we've got enough siege equipment. Obviously we've got quite a few things here. Most of these guys, bestial units, will be reinforcing us. So we're going to jump straight into this now, guys. And obviously we're going to really start, well, we're going to smash them. That's what we're going to do. It is quite a tough force. They've got iron breakers who are very solid units. They've got little explosives they will throw at me again. So this is quite a veteran sort of a setup here. Well, it's quite a not veteran. It's quite a high level unit setup here, and the thunderers as well. So I'll probably get a lot of damage as I approach the walls. So this little herd might get a little bit devastated. However, I've got my Bray herd and my other herd coming on, who are far heavier units who will be able to really take advantage of this and push through. So these guys are effectively going to be being... These guys are basically going to be being used as a... Well, not bait, but as the chaff. They're going to be pushed forwards in front to take the hits, take the losses, to get onto the walls and engage the dwarfs so my heavier units can get in and smash through those gates and get behind them. Obviously, I do still have some nice units here I don't want to waste, like my Gorbel and my Mage. But no, we'll see how this goes. Nearly there. Okay, let's take a little gamble, because that's a little low on the magic side. Oh, and it wasn't worth it. Start straight to deployment. Okay, so quite a few of these guys are already here. Let's pull you guys up together anyway, because I want everything together. All of my Ungors are going to go and hit the walls first. My Gors are going to hold back. And my Ungor archers are going to sit behind as well. I've got quite a few Harpies. They're going to be sent around the back to deal with their artillery once we're involved. And these guys can go hit the gate to start with the Gorbel. Okay. We are going to get a lot more stuff coming in very quickly. All my Gors can come and hit here. All of my Ungors are, as I said, they're going to go hit the walls. Oh, no, not these two. Now we're getting my heavy units in as well, who are going to come and hit. I'd have preferred to have my heavy units on. In fact, these guys, if they're here, they can come and hit this gate. And I've got too much on these walls for me to deal with. My Harpies are going to just try and get behind and hit them. I thought you were attacking here, mate. You can get in and hit this gate. I don't think we're going to get much more on just now, but that's not necessarily a problem. You can start moving forwards. You two can come and hit this gate as well to try and break through. And these three Gors are all going for this gate. And we're hitting their walls now. So two of you guys, no, you can hit here. One of these units of Ungors can come this, Gors can come this way. You can help there, and that unit of Gors can push up there as well. Oh, and they're taking some fire damage there from the Iron Drakes up there. My Harpies are now behind easily. So I've got Ungors landing pretty much all along the walls here, and we're smashing through their gates quite nicely here. This Lord is going to get a little bit smashed as soon as I break this. I don't think he quite realises what's about to come through here. And they can all just charge through. This gate is going now. You guys can charge up here. Well, we've got that. Alright, you guys can start heading up and hitting some of their thunderers then. Oh, you can hit the Iron Drakes actually, guys. But you guys can push up behind these guys to really start hammering them. Unfortunately, my Gorbel can't get up there, so a lot of these units are a little bit redundant now, sitting back here. Right. Let's just have a look. Which one do I want to use? We'll lure the Dwarf's armour, because they are very high armour units. And we'll pop out a damaging spell or three. Oh, and you guys can start causing terror, and you can charge into them, as can my Gorbel, who already causes fear. This bit of the wall is suffering. Oh, I've not even moved my archers up. Oops. These guys can all move in here now. We are smashing through there. These guys can start charging up. I'm going to pull a couple of these units over here. And the dwarfs are starting to get some reinforcements in as well, so let's we'll send some of our large units to deal with them in a minute. Buff his damage resistance. We don't really need to, but oh, you guys can all push up here. I'd forgotten about these gauls. And you guys can actually start hammering into the back of some of these Great Axe infantry. My micro has not been particularly good today. It's been a bit all over the place. You guys can start hammering into here. And you guys can charge up into the back of these guys. They're shooting at my archers, but my archers are hammering them. But my archers aren't particularly... My archers aren't really going to do much against dwarfs, because dwarfs have got so much armour. Okay, you guys can all actually charge up here now. We're just smashing through that unit. We are devastating that unit there. I mean, even though these guys are meant... Oh, you know, these chariots are generally shock infantry, but these guys just getting in. I mean, these guys have little minotaurs on the back who just shred everything around them. Even though they're fighting against all of these Great Axe infantry. So this is the last little sort of bit of defence up here. And we're getting the matter out now, guys. So this is done, even if it was a bit of a messy battle. And it's over! That I didn't fight well. I messed up my micro massively there. I ignored units, I forgot about units, so I didn't. That wasn't a good battle actually. While it was a decisive victory, it took overly long. I took more losses than I should have from there, guys. Took a lot more losses than I should have there. Which is probably mean I'm going to need to take a couple of turns just to regen myself. My archers did nothing, so and to be fair, my Ungors did very little as well. Other than, well, they did their job, they got in the way, but I'm potentially going to start changing this herd around a little bit just to make it a little bit more powerful. Now we've reduced some of my upkeep costs with my other horde. Because ideally what I want is I want 4 good powerful herds which can operate relatively independently from each other in 2 sort of separate sections where they can move apart and come back together. However, maintaining that monetarily is not always the easy. As I said, this is where I think if I were to do another Beastmen campaign I would do much better, but obviously we've already just done 2 with my little failed one as well, so that's certainly not going to be happening anytime soon. At some point in the future we will do, especially as I've seen a mod where you unlock a load of extra legendary lords and things, and there is a mod which gives you a Gorbel leader, the brass bull, so you can have him as one of your leaders, which he looks awesome. He's not too overpowered. And he looks very cool, and basically your army is being led by a very solid melee fighter, which I think is... I actually think, even with Khazrak One Eye, I think that the Beastmen lack that good, solid lord to lead them. I think, personally from them so far, Malagor is my favourite, because those spells he has, certainly early game, come in very useful and make it a lot easier for you to actually be able to be aggressive, because you can use his spells to disrupt the enemy forces when you don't have your monstrous, before you get your monstrous units, and then your monstrous units obviously start getting the abilities to really start causing damage. You know, once you get your monstrous units, they will disrupt the force for you, which is a really solid thing. It's something you need to do as the Beastmen, and it's one of the things they're very, very good at, is disrupting the enemy forces and formations, because they can just break through lines, even of the dwarves. If the dwarves have a nice solid line of infantry, most armies will just break on that line, whereas my monstrous units here, and I think the only other faction which can really do it to the same extent as the Lizardmen with their dinosaur units, is you can just smash through those lines so they don't hold that, and stop them from holding that defensive line against you. Which is where little armies like this with the Ungors and the Gors suffer a bit more, because they don't have that level of disruption going on for them. This loading screen does seem to be taking exceptionally long, guys. I am sorry for that, so I'll try and work out why afterwards. Possibly because I'm uploading as well, the previous one, so maybe I shouldn't have done that at the same time as recording this. Though we shall see. Come on, you silly thing. Right, we're nearly there. Anyway, guys, as I keep mentioning in my previous one, if you do, have suggestions for my next campaign, please feel free to pop them in the comments. At the moment, it's probably going to be Savage Orcs, because I've got a couple of calls for Orcs, one for Grimgor, one for Savage Orcs. So the Savage Orcs, I think it was Savage Orcs, it's Wazerg or whatever he's called. I can't remember his name, but I can certainly find him easily enough. Now I'll probably do him because he's a little less, probably a little less done. I'm not particularly good at Orcs again, guys, so we'll have another fun campaign with them. And certainly there we'll just try and get our boys all over the world. But we'll see how we'll see how it's going with that one, guys. God, I do apologise for this loading screen. It really is taking exceptionally long today, and I'm really not entirely sure why. It doesn't usually take this long even when I'm uploading. It's a nice victory there, 31k. So that's upping us again a bit. We're doing okay. I'm still going to push towards the Black Iron Mine next turn to finish those guys off. Okay. And we are, as I said, we're pushing down here first. You can pop into that stance just to get some of your troops back. And end turn, guys. So, wow. You can see how little territory, considering how powerful the dwarfs were, and this is probably from that charge I did, while I didn't actually keep anywhere when I did it. That charge I did through the dwarf centre, smashing through all of their main territories early on, is probably what saved me here. It's probably what did it for the dwarfs, because I will have ripped out their income generating settlements when we did that. So I will have really lowered how much income they were generating, and how much, straight up how much income they could generate, and what they were actually capable of doing with that income. Because obviously with less income they couldn't hold as many armies, and while they'd managed to maintain a peace with the vampires up until then, the vampires probably saw the opportunity, as they were weakened by me, to start to declare war on them, and they have, as you've seen, they have shredded the world. Now, the border princes are now mostly held by Nordland. Oh, Crag has built a new settlement here, though I don't think that's going to last long with everything around there. But I know most of the border princes' lands are now held by Norsicans, interestingly. The coastlines around here, around in Arabia, are getting absolutely shredded there. Probably by the Chaos invasions. And the dwarfs are being pushed into just their last few little refuges around the world. And there goes another Bretonnian settlement. As I said, I'm not sure I will make it to Bretonnia in time to deal with them. Okay, so we're going to beast path back here to get around behind these guys. Oh. Ah. Okay, you can go there, so you can catch up. They've not got an army there, so I'm not massively worried about that. I hope they don't have an army there at least. And once again, we are going to start beast pathing around the place. Got a couple of Bray herds with us now. This is quite powerful, so I should be able to get a nice chunk of income out of them. And end turn again, guys. So this is going very nicely now, and the dwarfs have actually settled down here again. Oh, and they have just confederated, so that gives us a lot more to do. So actually, we're going to clear out this area, and I'm going to sail across the sea and burn down here. And these two armies are going to start burning up north. And once we've dealt with the dwarfs, if there are any humans left, we will go and find them. But the dwarfs are nearly done. Now, I think the other little dwarf faction which was down here has actually... No, there is still another little dwarf faction down here. In Crag who haven't been involved at all. They actually used to live in these mountains, but I think they've been pushed out as time goes on. I think they're busy fighting for their lives against the other vampire faction, who is also quite powerful, but they're not as powerful as the Lizardmen down there. But so these are probably the two most powerful groups besides the vampire counts. And as I said, vampire counts, I don't think anybody can realistically take on the vampire counts now unless they hold all of another continent, you know. I think if somebody held all of here, yeah, all of Arabia, I think it's Arabia they call it in lore, though it's for Southlands further down, or all of Lustria, and even all of Lustrian might not be powerful enough, you know. Certainly Ulfwan's good, it's got a lot of settlements, but even there might not be great, and I don't know how the High Elves are doing. I've not seen the High Elves for a while. I should really be paying attention to if they're still up here. Because that could easily be where Bretonnia is, because Bretonnia does occasionally go to war with them early on and just invade Ulfwan, because it is so close to their coast in this map. So there could be lots of Bretonnian settlements there for me to go and destroy. Okay, so let us hit here. Right, we're going to wait for our Bray herds here. There's no point wasting troops if I don't need to. You can come up and hit here. And that is gone. A raise there. And you can actually now jump north. In fact... Ooh, do I want to go for that just yet? Yes! Because I can push that one up straight away to start putting that, and then I can start putting other units in them. It will take a long time for them to grow after that, but it makes everything cheaper, which means that I can really start pimping out my herds, and then we can start chasing down the rest of dwarfdom. And once we've done with dwarfdom, we will pop up, have a look through Bretonnia, though we'll probably smash the last vestiges of humanity here, and we'll probably smash the last few human settlements here as well on our way through. Squash those ucky humies, finish off all of the man down here. You know, we'll go back to the wall of Knights of the Flame as we push down. clear out the dwarfs, and then we'll bring everything back up, smash through anything in Bretonnia, and then we will invade Ulthuan, guys. We're going to leave the vampires well enough alone. Now, okay, I know I'm saying this, I'm probably going to be leaving the Norsicans, but I'm not so fussed about the Norsicans. While they're humans, they're barely human anymore. They are very chaos influenced. But I do want to be careful because these guys could start expanding out this way again. I don't want to get into a situation where I end up chasing them around the place again. Though my Skaven allies seem to be messing it up again. But at this point, I'm not massively worried. You know, the dwarfs are done for. It's just a matter of time now. Even if I weren't at war with them, the vampires would finish them off. So I said, these guys, we're going to clear out the rest of here, then we're going to push down here through the deserts again. And yeah, we're getting there, guys. We are getting there. I don't think Bretonnia is long, but I can't see all of their territories. So we're going to have to work out where they've gone. But a mass invasion of Ulthuan could be fun. We failed a mission, oh dear. Let's do that. You can actually beast path back down this way. You can start building some new units actually then, as we're doing this. You can start recruiting a few Minotaurs. How many Minotaurs does this army have? This army's got plenty of Minotaurs. We can take some off here. And we can also take some Razorgore chariots and a Centaur from here. Another unit of Gores as well. I'm just trying to work out exactly what I want to get. These guys are really treat, but I'm going to get myself a couple more units of Gores in there as well to start with, and then we'll just do a bit of rejigging with them. You guys can start moving down the coast towards that remaining dwarven settlement. Oh! Whoops. Well, that's nice, easy auto now. I completely forgot about that. Another 39k, so that was good for us. I completely forgot that I hadn't actually assaulted there. It's a little dumb of me, but we had my my Bray herds with me, which really did help. Okay, and end turn, and next turn, once we've built up again, we'll start pushing north. Into these dwarven territories, and as I said, these little guys are going to start shredding through the remainder of the dwarfs here. But at the moment, I think it's more of a clean-up operation, though that is a big dwarven army, which I'm going to be bouncing off of in the next couple of turns. But again, I think this is the one which ran away from me before, and I think they know that they're not really in a situation where they're going to survive if they fight me, especially with two Bray herds following me around now. Right, so it looks like Bretonnia's only got one bit left in Athel-Oren. They've got Waterfall Palace remaining. And I have a feeling that's going to fall. So we've still got the Law Masters. But I actually think Ulthuan might have fallen to somebody. Or it could have potentially confederated with the Law Masters. But that's unlikely as generally they all confederate with the main faction. But that's not always the case. So we'll have to pay attention to exactly what happens over there. But no, and that could mean that Bretonnia is actually in Ulthuan, which could make it an interesting campaign to clear Ulthuan. Though I suspect we'll probably find that it's Marathi over there. Marathi or well, either the Cult of Pleasure or oh, what's it called? Oh god, I'm playing a campaign as them. Why can't I remember the name? The other Dark Elf, major Dark Elf faction, Nagarond, who will be over there. But we shall see. We shall see. So we've still got this little Chaos army wandering around, which is managing to somehow not get itself killed, but that's not a huge issue at the moment. And the dwarfs did manage to fight back. They have managed to retake some territory up here for now. It's not going to help them for long. I'm not going to take the replenishment at this point, actually. How long does that last for? I'm going to take that because I've got plenty of cash just now. You can actually go into encampment stance as well and do a little bit of recruiting yourself. I want to get another unit of... We can't recruit Razorgors over here. Right, you're going to grab another unit of these guys because they are anti-large. And you're going to grab a couple of units of Centaurs with... What do I have in this army? Do we have Centaurs in here? No, so you're also going to grab yourself a load of Centaurs with great weapons. In fact, I'm going to get 3 Centaurs with great weapons because we've already got one normal one here. So they're just spending a couple of turns regenning themselves, getting themselves in order. You can jump straight up here and you can actually go here and enter encampment stance. And again, we're probably going to be doing a little bit of recruitment with these guys soon, especially as he's getting quite low. So we could do with a few turns of just sitting around, and we'll recruit and replace some of our cheaper units now that our armies are a lot cheaper. Anyway, it's another end turn, guys. So we are mopping up. We've cleared the Badlands of the dwarves. It's just, oh, see, this is what's annoying now. The dwarves are just going to keep doing this behind me. However, if they want to resettle here, that's fine. I will push up through here, or push down here, and we can always, these guys can always come back through and just do another little sweep to clean them up if the vampires don't smash them. I'm still surprised by the Skaven here, because Skaven are meant to scour the world, if you see what I mean. They're meant to spread themselves everywhere over the world and cover the surface, and yet they're not expanding at all, which is actually quite unusual for them. Well, lore-wise it's unusual for them. They should just be kind of settling all of these abandoned places in the world, covering it with a vermintide. Not saying they're weak, but they're by no means strong still. And obviously the Lizardmen are consolidating, but that is very Lizardmen-y. They are slowly expanding out. I'm just waiting for the remainder of Britonia to be done so that we can do the final battle in this campaign. And so then we'll finish off the dwarves, and then we will go on our crusade burning through the world. I'm going to go over to Ulthuan at some point soon, because while I could go to war with vampires and throw myself into the heart to see how long I last, that's the old world. And actually, we've all seen the old world plenty in Warhammer 1, so but if you will call for that, we will do that, but certainly want to send some people to Ulthuan as well, though we could always split our hordes. You can actually go in second here. Okay, we're going to encircle here. And you, Mr. Malagor, are going to follow. And we will probably wait for our Bray herds again, just to be on the safe side. No, that's now a nice easy auto. And we'll take the growth, because we'd get very little money out of that. Okay, you two are still just rejigging a little bit. I have no care for archers anymore. I just feel at this level they are actually a waste of space. How many turns of recruitment of these guys? These guys have got one turn left. Let's start pushing up to the top level of the Minotaur building. How many Minotaurs do we have? 4, 5, 6, 7. I dislike having odd amounts of units. Sounds really daft, but I quite like having an equal amount of units. So let's recruit a few more Minotaurs here. They are very powerful units. And a couple more Gors. We're obviously going to be getting the Centaurs from the other army. You know what? Sorry, I'm just going to go for more Minotaurs. More Minotaurs. Lots more Minotaurs. And we will still have the Centaurs as our fast movers. I would like some Razor Gors in here, but as we can't recruit Razor Gors, we're going to use Minotaurs as the bulk of these armies, which are still incredibly strong units, guys. There's nothing wrong with that. I think they're probably one of my stronger units. Okay. And anyway, guys, with that, we are going to be ending this session here. So again, thank you very much for watching, guys. And I do hope you're enjoying this campaign. Thank you for your time.